but it doesn't look good. It's not a good look anytime someone alleges something like this. But I do believe Justin Tucker deserves to have a level of innocence until it's proven the other way, whether it's criminal or civil.
Right. One of the things that I don't like, and obviously they do it for their own reasons, but waiting so long, if the issues happened that long ago, I'm not sure why we waited this long for it to come out. So there's an issue that lies there, despite you saying, he needs to have his innocence until facts are proven. But if it's happening multiple times and multiple people all have the same story, everybody can't be lying. Everybody can't be in cahoots at the same time.
Shannon, Sharpe, and Chad Johnson react to the Justin Tucker allegations. Check out what they had to say, and then I'll come back with my comments.
6 massage therapists have accused Ravens kicker Justin Tucker of inappropriate behavior during massage sessions in the article published by the Baltimore Banner. The incidents allegedly took place between 2012, 2016 in the Baltimore area. Tucker has denied allegations which span his first 5 seasons in the NFL. The league said today they're looking into the matter.
Well, listen, obviously when that many accusers come forward and all of them have somewhat of the same story, where there's smoke, there's fire, huh?
True. You got a point there. But with these allegations, once one comes about, you're going to start seeing tons of allegations come out. We've seen it with the Deshaun Watson situation. So, he had a similar thing to where the massage therapist and all that stuff, not saying it can't be true. It's all allegations. But again, when there's a representation, they're going to try to gather up a lot of people to make these allegations. So, but I hear what Ocho's saying, though. It's not a good look for Justin Tucker.
Where there's smoke, there's fire. And one of the things that I don't like, and obviously they do it for their own reasons, but waiting so long, if the issues happened that long ago, I'm not sure why we waited this long for it to come out. I think maybe he probably knew the issues were going to arise or come to a head. Maybe that's why his performance was kind of lacking this year, especially from a performance standpoint. And Justin Tucker. But I hope the NFL does their due justice in finding what Justin Tucker did wrong, and whatever it may be. And hopefully these young ladies can find some sort of peace and closure in this situation. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, that's the only thing with these allegations. Sometimes these things can happen 5, 10, 15, 30 years ago. They take their time when they make these allegations. I understand with, a lot of cases, things may be different. But in a situation like this, I would have been said something. I'm not going to wait a lot of years, but I know a lot of people, they may be embarrassed. They may be fearful. But in a situation like this, I would have spoke up much sooner. But, it is what it is.
Yeah, look, I'm going to be like I was when you guys remember when I was on Undisputed and we talked about this, about the Deshaun Watson. Sometimes the mere mention of impropriety is enough to sway public opinion of said individual. But the gravity, I think, is 5 or 6 of these women. I'm assuming they're women that's making these allegations. At this point in time, that's all there are. Allegations aren't facts. But they are allegations. They've been alleged that he's been inappropriate at some point in time. I was reading something. Maybe he rubs his genitalia. Maybe there's some inappropriate touching. Also, I think the report said that he had been banned from several massage therapists, or they chose not to work with him anymore. As you mentioned earlier, is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 alleging very similar allegations, and that's where seemingly the NFL is going to have to do their due diligence and to make sure they do a thorough sweep of this. For me, I think it's only fair that Justin Tucker at this point in time deserves his innocence. He deserves to be heard. I don't know if it's going to be civilly. I don't know if it's to be criminally, but I think he deserves whatever court decides to hear this. Right now, these are just allegations, Ocho. None of these women have said, okay, we're going to file a civil case, or the investigation has led to anything criminal. So
yeah, understood. When you got these allegations, especially the more detailed allegations, that's not going to be a good look for Justin Tucker. If he was banned from these massage parlors or complaints were being made, if they got those complaints on file and they can prove that he was banned, that's going to look bad for him. And as far as it being civil or criminal, I think it's going to go more the civil route with this situation. They're going to try to make some money off this. So again, if he did this, he's going to have to pay up to some capacity. So again, it's all about the proof, if that can be proven in a court of law.
So let's just let it play out.
Okay,
Obviously, the NFL is going to have to do their due diligence and to make sure everything is not a good look. This is not something the NFL takes very kindly to.
Right.
Obviously, we as a society need to do a better job of holding people accountable when things like this, if it's to be proven. But I think Justin Tucker deserves to have his day in court, be it civil court or criminal court. I'm not willing to go and say, oh, yeah, it's fact, but it doesn't look good. It's not a good look anytime someone alleges something like this. But I do believe Justin Tucker deserves to have a level of innocence until it's proven the other way, whether it's criminal or civil.
Right.
It's tough, Ocho, when it's so many. Now, it could be all of it. Maybe because a lot of times, maybe I don't know, but this is what I do know.
Right.
4 or 5 women have alleged that Justin Tucker at some point in time between the years of 2012 and 2016 was inappropriate.
Yeah.
That's what we know.
Anything
Anything after that is speculation at this point.
Yeah, the more people that come out, especially with the same story, again, it could be a play on, your representation part, but again, it's all about the proof. To have multiple women accuse you of the same thing, overall, it's not going to be a good look for Justin Tucker. He's been in the NFL since 2012, Baltimore Ravens kicker legend. Not sure how long he wants to play in the NFL, but if he has these allegations looming, and if there's any truth to these allegations, his career can possibly be over, and his career outside of football, if he wants to work as an analyst type role for CBS, Fox, ESPN, that's going to be up in the air as well. So just because these are allegations, he can be innocent, but he may be guilty as far as, the public opinion.
Right. That's a pattern too, Uncle, if you think about it, Now, when you have a problem, there's an issue with one person, that's one thing. Now a person deserves their true innocence into proving guilty. Now, if you have a pattern of behavior and they're all coming from different people, that's different. That's different. Everybody can't be lying, huh? Everybody can't be lying. So there's an issue that lies there, despite you saying, he needs to have his innocence until facts are proven. But if it's happening multiple times and multiple people all have the same story, everybody can't be lying. Everybody can't be in cahoots at the same time.
Whatever transpires, give him his day in court, be it civil or criminal. Let an investigation take place. I say now that it's out, who knows if there was an investigation that was taking place. Like you said, maybe that has something to do with the miscues that he had this year. Maybe this has been brewing. Maybe the investigation, they had talked to him at some point in time. I think Justin Tucker is married now, has a kid. I don't feel very comfortable saying for certain, Ocho, that's the case, but I think
this could have played a part in him, not doing well as a kicker this season or toward the tail end of the season. So these allegations and representation reaching out to his representation, maybe it did affect him, but again, hopefully he is innocent. He better hope he's innocent because, again, he still has some years left in the NFL as a solid kicker. But would the Ravens want to even put up with that? We seen with Deshaun Watson, once one allegation came out, then 10, 20, 30, 40. And even up to this point, he still has a lot of allegations here and there that are floating around. So, again, when 5 or 6 come about with Justin Tucker, just be prepared for more allegations to come out the woodworks.
This is what said. Several therapists said Tucker's behavior was so egregious that they ended his sessions early or refused to work with him again. And at 2 spas, management said they banned him from returning. After receiving a tip on January 9th, the banner began investigating and spoke to 6 massage therapists who recounted troubling firsthand experiences with Tucker from 2012 to 2016. The women said they had waited and wanted to tell. The women said they had long waited to tell their stories. And to your point, a lot of times when you have a behavior or a pattern of behavior, and we see this a lot of times. We saw what happened with the Weinstein case. And a lot of times, Ocho, what happens is that with one woman, it gives other women courage to come forward, because sometimes it's like they don't want to feel alone. They don't feel because everybody gonna say this or yada yada yada. But now you have 1, or you have 2, or you have 10, you have 15, you have 20. A lot of times people get courage in a group.
That's what we call the domino effect. once one person comes out, the allegations are out there, that could give the, accusers, more confidence to really, put this stuff out there. But again, man, me personally, I would have wished this stuff would have came out a long time ago, that they would have spoke to law enforcement. Maybe they did. Don't know if they were believed or not. Maybe they didn't have money for the right representation. Who knows? But for this to be, 8, 9, 10 years ago, again, I just wish this stuff would have came out and legal action would have been taken many years ago. But, things happen like this, especially when you got these allegations against you.
They don't want to be isolated. They don't want to stand alone. And so obviously the newspaper, the Baltimore Banner, said they had been working on this story. They received a tip. They had been working on this story, and they reached out, and the women started recounting what had happened. Going by what the report says, we don't know. I'm just not. So don't say what Shannon said is no. Shannon is commenting on what is being reported. That they did their investigation. They received the tip that at some point in time, Justin Tucker, between the years 2012 and 2016, had been inappropriate. And I guess they reached out to those facilities where he attended, and some of the women recounted the interaction, a very uncomfortable interaction with Justin Tucker. That's it. That's what we know at this point in time, Ocho. Does it look good on the surface? No. But I think, man, this is such a, when you're dealing with assault, that's a very, 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 very serious allegation.
Yeah.
And like you said, it's just not one, it's multiple women recounting an interaction, a very uncomfortable, a very inappropriate interaction with Justin Tucker.
Again, innocent until proven guilty. Got to let this stuff play out. But again, when you got multiple people making the same accusations against you, it's going to be tough for Justin Tucker. I'm sure you have the best legal representation. So we're going to see what happens moving forward as far as, this civil or criminal type case, whatever comes about with this. See what the Ravens are going to do. If he's been struggling, not doing well this season, do they just, cut their losses and let him just walk away, find another team? Is it worth keeping Justin Tucker with these allegations? Because, if it's 5 or 6 coming out now, eventually there's going to be more massage therapists or people in general that are going to make allegations toward him. So we'll see what happens moving forward with Justin Tucker.